Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital teasers indicate that the week of May 12th to 16th will be filled with shocking revelations. The weekly ad has just been posted, and it appears that Giovanni Gio Palmieri's parentage will finally be revealed. This will definitely catch several characters off guard, but the three most affected will be Gio, Dante Falconeri, and Brooke Lynn Quartermaine Chase. Gio and Dante will be more surprised than Brooke Lynn, but all three will be taken aback. Gio is unaware that he was adopted, and Dante was never informed about Brooke Lynn's teen pregnancy and subsequent adoption. Needless to say, some will be taken aback by the news, and some characters will likely feel betrayed by Lois Cerullo's behavior. But how will everyone react to the individual who blows the whistle on all this? Since she accidentally discovered Brooke Lynn's adoption secret, Lulu Spencer has wanted to tell Dante. Having said that, many individuals have asked her to keep it private, including Carly Spencer, one of her confidants. During the GH preview for the week of May 12th to 16th, Lulu informs Carly that Dante and Brooke Lynn's baby is named Gio, but the following scene in the ad shows Tracy Quartermaine telling Jason Morgan, "I need you to find him." Tracy appears to be turning to Jason for help in finding her long-lost great-grandson, who is ironically right beneath her nose. Carly had often advised Lulu to keep her mouth shut about Brooke Lynn's adoption. Nevertheless, the revelation that Dante's kid is Gio alters everything. Gio is an only child with no family, after both of his adoptive parents died. When you consider that Brooke Lynn and Dante saw their son grow up without knowing he was their son and now live with the young man, Carly may argue that the situation has changed and that both mom and dad should be aware of Gio. With that said, Carly is close to Jason. Will she reveal what she knows to him? However, the two may simply catch up after her discussion with Lulu, and he may confide in his closest friend about what Aunt Tracy has asked of him. Could this lead Carly to take matters into her own hands? If she realizes Tracy is on the hunt for her great-grandson, she may also realize she will not stop until she finds Brooke Lynn's son. Carly may believe that it is far preferable to inform Dante and Brooke Lynn before Tracy finds out the truth. As a result, Lulu and Carly may divide and conquer. Lulu tells Dante the truth, while Carly confides in Jason, expecting that he will inform his cousin gently. What if Gio, Dante, or Brooke Lynn uncover the truth after overhearing Carly and Lulu discussing it? This would be the worst way to learn about this long-held secret. Regardless of how the truth is revealed, many characters will be damaged. Dante will feel deceived by Brooke Lynn, but Sonny Corinthos and Olivia Falconeri will also be disappointed that Lois did not include them in the decision-making process. Not to mention Ned Quartermaine. Furthermore, Brooke Lynn will question what her mother was thinking when she adopted her son to a family in the Bensonhurst neighborhood. It's bound to shock both Dante and Brooke Lynn that they watched Gio grow up without being there for him. Then there's Gio, whose world will be turned upside down when he discovers he is not only a Quartermaine, but a Corinthos. General Hospital spoilers hint that once the news is out, the metaphorical poop will hit the fan in PC. So here's hoping that this bandage is eventually removed, so that people can deal with the repercussions, heal and form friendships. General Hospital spoilers and updates for the week of Monday, May 12th to Friday, May 16th include missions, suspicions, and warnings. Tracy Quartermaine has a mission for Jason Morgan, Curtis Ashford has concerns, and Carly Spencer issues a warning. Missions and suspicions. Tracy has a mission for Jason on Monday, May 12th. However, Curtis is suspicious while in the hospital. Curtis lashes out at Portia Robinson in her office, not understanding why she is protecting Drew Kane. At Port Charles University, Emma Scorpio Drake receives dreadful news from Professor Henry Dalton. Meanwhile, Jordan Ashford informs Laura Collins of her encounter with Jen Sidwell and Sonny Corinthos, telling her that she is in serious trouble. Maxie Jones gets counsel from Anna Devane. Warnings and promises. Tuesday, May 13th. Carly advises Lulu Spencer against unearthing truths that are not hers to reveal. Elsewhere, Jocelyn Jacks makes a vow, and it appears that she may have gotten the research assistant post. In the meantime, Curtis confides in Jordan, while Trina Robinson confides in Portia. Laura is astonished by Sonny, despite the fact that Jordan may have given her some hints. Strategies and discoveries. Wednesday, May 14th. Carly and Jason plan, which appears to be in reference to Sasha Corbin's earlier reveal to Jason. Carly and Jason would find it impossible to imagine that Michael Corinthos would have turned down Willow Corinthos' visit. In the meantime, Willow is heartbroken. Is someone finally getting through to her about Drew? Drew discovers a surprising discovery, and Laura loses her cool. Alexis Davis also seeks to get a competitive advantage. Digging and damage control. On Thursday, May 15th, Lucky Spencer digs, most likely in relation to the wreck that injured Elizabeth Baldwin. Meanwhile, Christina Corinthos Davis attempts to minimize the damage. Meanwhile, Rick Lansing receives an offer, but is it legal or shady? Lucas Jones will pay a visit to Elizabeth, who is still healing from a severely damaged leg. Gio Palmieri confides in Sonny that he is still outraged by Dante Falconeri's charges, despite his apology. Counsel and reassurance. Friday, May 16th. Ava Jerome counsels Portia, while Tracy reassures Brooklyn Courtamain chase. In other news, Sonny goes looking for Willow. Might this be in response to Michael's alleged unwillingness to visit her? Meanwhile, Nina Reeves makes a major ask of Carly. Lulu clearly does not intend to follow her cousin Carly's advice. She's looking to find out where Lois Cerullo and Brooklyn were when Gio was born. She's already suspicious that Gio is Dante and Brooklyn's son. Carly's eruptive reaction to Lulu's Gio revelation sent shockwaves through the room, leaving everyone astonished. For weeks, the tension had been growing, with subtle clues and enigmatic exchanges stoking speculation among friends and family. Nobody anticipated the truth to be revealed so dramatically, least of all Carly, whose fiery temper and fierce loyalty made her reaction memorable. Lulu, who was usually so controlled and calculated, had chosen the worst possible time to deliver the bombshell, and Carly's reaction was nothing short of legendary. The evening had begun like any other at Lulu's chic downtown loft. Soft music played in the background, drinks were freely distributed, and laughter filled the air. Friends socialized, trading gossip and keeping up with one another's lives. Carly, always the life of the party, held court near the bar, entertaining a small group with one of her infamous anecdotes. Her infectious energy drew you in, and everything looked normal for a time. But under the surface, secrets simmered, waiting for the right or wrong time to emerge. Lulu had been acting strangely throughout the night, her typical confidence replaced by frightened looks and tentative grins. Those who knew her well sensed something was wrong, but no one dared to inquire. She had always kept certain areas of her life private, and prying never went well. Gio, the strange newcomer who had recently joined their social group, stood near the balcony, attracting eyebrows. Rumors had circulated about his relationship with Lulu, but no one had definite answers, until now. As the night progressed, the atmosphere became heavier. The turning point came when someone jokingly asked Lulu when she was going to officially introduce Gio. A silence came over the room as she hesitated, her eyes flitting to Carly before she took a big breath and stated, "Actually, Gio and I have been seeing each other for a while now." The words hung in the air, thick with implied meaning. For a little while no one moved, then all eyes turned to Carly. Carly's face lost its color as a flood of emotions swept over her. Her hands squeezed into fists, her jaw tightened, and her eyes burned with rage. "You've been what?" she burst, her voice piercing the silence like a knife. The room erupted in mayhem as Carly approached Lulu, her typical charm replaced by raw, unadulterated wrath. "After what we've gone through? After all I've done for you?" Her comments were harsh, oozing with betrayal. Lulu, to her credit, held firm, even if her composure slipped. "Carly, it's not what you think," she started, but Carly wouldn't have it. "Don't dare." Carly snapped. "You understood how I felt about him. You know what he did to me." The accusation hung in the air, revealing layers of history that the majority of the visitors were unaware of. Gio shuffled uncomfortably, obviously unprepared for the criticism. The audience watched in stunned silence as the two women squared up, years of friendship shattered in an instant. Some attempted to intercede, but Carly's temper was unstoppable once sparked. She shouted accusations, dug up old grievances, and made no place for justifications. Lulu, who was normally fast with a snappy comeback, appeared to be at a loss for words, her carefully constructed veneer shattering under Carly's rage. When Carly stormed out, the party was in ruins. The remaining guests exchanged nervous glances, wondering what to say or do. The consequences from the confrontation would reverberate across their social circle for weeks, altering friendships and testing loyalties. Lulu, pale and terrified, went to the balcony, and Gio vanished long after, leaving a trail of unresolved questions. The story of Carly blowing the roof off Lulu's Gio revelation quickly became legend. Some sympathized with Carly, seeing the gravity of her betrayal. Others said she overreacted, believing that Lulu had every right to keep their relationship private. But one thing was certain: their relationship will never be the same again. The incident opened cracks in friendships that were unshakable, revealing hidden resentments and unspoken tensions. Carly, who never backs down, made it obvious that she would not forgive easy. Lulu, however, struggled to regain her feet, her reputation as the unshakable one permanently ruined. And Gio? He became the ghost at every subsequent gatherings, a reminder of the night everything fell apart. The specifics of the dispute faded over time, but the intensity of Carly's scream stayed with everyone. It was more than simply Gio. It was about trust, loyalty, and the implicit laws of friendship that had been broken. Carly's reaction, while excessive, sprang from genuine hurt, and those who actually know her saw a lady who valued loyalty above all else. Lulu, for her part, ultimately attempted to patch fences, but some gaps were too deep to fix. The consequences pushed everyone to reconsider their relationships, including who they could trust and what secrets they were holding. The night Carly blew the roof off Lulu's Gio reveal served as a cautionary tale, a reminder that some facts once said cannot be undone. Ultimately, the episode altered the dynamics of the entire group. Some friendships survived, although with scars, while others became distant memories. Carly and Lulu, once close, became wary acquaintances, and their friendship was irreversibly destroyed. And Gio? He disappeared as fast as he appeared, leaving only whispers and speculation. The narrative served as a sharp reminder that betrayal may ruin even the most intimate relationships, and that some revelations come at a heavy cost. Carly's eruptive reaction was more than simply rage. It was the agony of discovering that someone she trusted had withheld a life-changing secret from her. And for those who watched it, the night will be remembered as the time the roof collapsed. Not just Lulu's party, but the illusion of flawless, unbreakable friendships. The world of General Hospital is never dull, and the most recent spoilers promise high-stakes drama, intense confrontations, and surprising revelations. As Port Charles inhabitants manage their complicated ties and perilous secrets, new missions emerge, suspicions grow, and warnings are ignored, resulting in life-changing repercussions. One of the most serious stories is Sonny Corinthos and his ongoing struggle for control of his empire. With opposing factions circling and old adversaries emerging, Sonny is in a vulnerable position. His usual alliances may not be as reliable as he once thought, as new challenges emerge from unexpected sources. As tensions escalate, Sonny must decide who he can genuinely trust before it's too late. Meanwhile, Carly Spencer, the steadfast guardian of her family, is drawn deeper into the mayhem. Her instincts tell her that danger is approaching, but will she be able to act in time to avoid disaster? Jason Morgan's homecoming has sent shockwaves through Port Charles, and his mere presence has the potential to upset the balance of power. As he reconnects with old acquaintances and confronts his previous errors, Jason's objective becomes clear: defend people he cares about at any costs. But his techniques remain as vicious as ever, and not everyone is pleased with his return. Some consider him a savior, while others see him as a menace. Jason must balance justice and retribution as the PCPD keeps a tight eye on him. At the hospital, Elizabeth Weber is caught up in a web of suspicion. Her relationship with Hamilton Finn has been tumultuous, and recent events have only exacerbated the tension. When a mysterious character from the past reappears, Liz is forced to face secrets she believed were long forgotten. Finn, who is already coping with his own troubles, becomes increasingly concerned about Liz's actions. Is she hiding something? Or is there a darker power at work? Trust is fragile, and one incorrect act might end their relationship forever. Nina Reeves continues to influence everyone around her, but her plans may ultimately catch up with her. Nina's life is on the verge of collapsing as Drew Kane and Michael Corinthos dig deeper into the facts about her role in the SEC scandal. Desperate to keep control, she lashes out, but her actions only raise more suspicions. Willow Tate, still reeling from her own tragedy, begins to see Nina in a new light, and what she discovers threatens any prospect of reconciliation. Meanwhile, Spencer Cassadine and Trina Robinson encounter fresh hurdles in their relationship. Spencer's resolve to protect his family conflicts with Trina's sense of justice. When a terrible secret threatens to rip them apart, they must decide whether love is strong enough to transcend their shared deception. General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, May 13th, indicate that Jason Morgan will be offered an enticing trade, while Emma Scorpio Drake charges Jocelyn Jacks. Carly Spencer will also alert Lulu Spencer, so there will be a lot of activity in Port Charles. First, Emma will be furious after learning that Jocelyn swooped in and took the research assistant position away from her. Emma will soon vent her frustrations to Anna Devane, accusing Jocelyn of sabotaging her. Although Emma suspects Jocelyn stole her work, Anna warns her that she cannot make such an accusation without proof. Emma may swear to obtain evidence, which could hinder Jocelyn's WSB objective soon. Nonetheless, Jocelyn will make a pledge on Tuesday's GH episode, so she might reassure Vaughn or perhaps Jack Brennan that Emma will not be an issue. Jocelyn will undoubtedly go to whatever length to complete the task at hand. Meanwhile, Jordan Ashford will pressure Curtis Ashford to confide in someone else now that he has revealed that he believes Portia Robinson is lying to him. Because secrets are what destroyed Curtis and Jordan's marriage, she will not be pleased to hear complaints about his new wife. Nonetheless, Curtis will get Jordan to listen and will express concern about the secrets Portia is concealing concerning Drew Kane. Trina Robinson will be astonished to find that Portia wants Curtis to reconcile with Drew. Portia will try to make justifications for her stance without raising too many suspicions, and she will finally question Trina about Kai Taylor. Trina may be concerned if Kai's recovery is not moving as quickly as they had hoped after his operation. Kai has been making optimistic predictions, but he appears to be more anxious than Trina wants to believe. Tracy Quartermaine plans to continue her conversation with Jason at Metro Court, because she wants him to find her great-grandson. Jason will be offered an enticing transaction since Tracy is willing to do something that will benefit Sonny Corinthos in exchange. Sonny will try to persuade Laura Collins that sometimes it's worth making a deal with the devil. Of fact, Jen Sidwell is the devil Sonny is talking to now, as he wants to purchase Sonny's peers. According to General Hospital spoilers, Lulu will tell Carly that she believes Giovanni Giopalmieri is Brooke Lynn Quartermaine and Dante Falconeri's son. Although Lulu believes she needs to share this knowledge, Carly believes she is making a big mistake and will try to shut her down. Lulu may opt to inform Dante on this surprising news in future episodes, so keep tuned. Jason vs. Sonny, Dalton's big decision and Curtis suspicious. Don't miss the next General Hospital, where drama, action and conflicts take center stage. General Hospital teasers indicate that a preview clip has been released for Monday, May 12, 2025. It shows Maxie Jones turning to face Anna Devane. Jason Morgan and Sonny Corinthos disagree about Jen Sidwell's proposition. Plus, is Jocelyn Jacks ready to succeed in her quest, or will she be caught? Continue reading to learn more about what will happen in today's episode of ABC soap drama. Emma Scorpio Drake's loss. Let's begin with Emma Scorpio Drake, who will submit her task. However, Emma is unaware that the thumb drive has been infected. Emma will presume she will receive all of Professor Henry Hank Dalton's compliments. However, Emma will quickly recognize that all of the material has been tainted. Jocelyn Jacks' thievery. Meanwhile, Jocelyn Jacks may get all of the praise. In a preview clip, Hank has one condition for Joss before hiring her as a research assistant. Maybe Hank knows that Joss stole Emma's work? Jocelyn will feel bad for stealing Emma's work. However, she is on a mission for the WSB, so she must put her emotions aside. Tracy Quartermaine's mission. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, May 12 state that Tracy Quartermaine will have a task for Jason. The right-hand man will argue with Sonny about Sidwell's proposition. Later, Jason and Tracy discuss the matter. Monday, May 12, 2025. Fans will also watch Maxie seek counsel from Anna. This has to do with Brooke Lynn Quartermaine's ultimatum to Maxie about Lulu Spencer. BLQ just handed Maxie a choice. Her or Lulu. Over with Portia Robinson. She will make Curtis Ashford suspicious. The doctor informs Curtis that she has to defend Drew Kane. Will Portia explain why? Or will she come up with a cover story? Laura Collins meets with Jordan Ashford. However, Jordan will receive a warning that tragedy is on its way. Plus, will Lulu discover that BLQ revealed her adoption secret to Tracy? In any case, Lulu is on the prowl and will not rest until she discovers the truth regarding Brooke Lynn and Dante Falconeri's child. So stay tuned. The drama in Port Charles never stops, and Tuesday, May 13th is no different. With explosive confrontations, hazardous decisions, and emotional confessions, the residents of this small but volatile village become enmeshed in yet another web of secrets, betrayals, and high-stakes maneuvering. Jason Morgan, Emma Drake, Jocelyn Jacks, Carly Corinthos, and Lulu Spencer are at the center of it all, and their lives will connect in ways that might change everything. Jason Morgan, the ever-enigmatic and morally complicated person, is confronted with a seductive opportunity that could change his course. Jason, known for his steadfast allegiance and deadly connections, has faced difficult decisions before. However, this latest offer may strain him to the edge. The specifics of the exchange remain unknown, but one thing is certain. It will compel Jason to weigh his principles against potential profit. Will he stick to his ethics, or will the seduction of this transaction be too much to resist? Given Jason's experience, each decision he makes will have far-reaching effects, not just for him but also for those closest to him. Meanwhile, Emma Drake and Jocelyn Jack's relationship deteriorates after Emma makes a stunning accusation. The two young women have had their share of fights, but this last one is more personal and devastating than any before. Emma, who is normally calm and sensitive, seemed to believe Jocelyn has gone too far. Emma will not back down, whether it is a matter of betrayal, dishonesty, or something more darker. Jocelyn, never one to back down from a confrontation, responds with her own defenses, resulting in a passionate argument that leaves passers-by startled. Everyone is wondering what Emma is accusing Jocelyn of, and whether it is true. Given Jocelyn's previous troubles and rebellious attitude, it's plausible that she's involved in something risky. But is she actually guilty, as Emma claims? As if there wasn't enough drama, Carly Corinthos is on high alert, and her instincts warn her that danger is approaching. Carly, who has always been her family's defender, believes something is wrong and seeks assistance from Lulu Spencer. The two women have had their disagreements over the years, but when it comes to the protection of their loved ones, they've shown they can set aside their differences. Carly's warning is urgent, and Lulu is left to figure out what has her so worried. Is there a new threat in Port Charles? Or is it related to an established enemy? Given Carly's background with powerful foes, her warning should be taken seriously. Lulu, still dealing with her own issues, must determine how seriously to take Carly's concerns, and if acting on them will result in answers or more upheaval. Beyond these main plot lines, the repercussions of these interactions will definitely affect additional people. Sonny Corinthos, ever the strategist, may find himself drawn into Jason's predicament, offering advice or interference, depending on his perspective. Michael Quartermain, torn between family loyalty and personal principles, may likewise be compelled to choose a side. Then there's the ever-vigilant Ava Jerome, who never misses an opportunity to exploit weakness. Will she take advantage of the current turmoil? The youth of Port Charles, notably Cameron Weber and Trina Robinson, may also be drawn into Emma and Jocelyn's dispute, taking sides in a battle that could sever friendships. Meanwhile, the grown-ups are left to deal with the consequences, debating whether they should intervene or let the younger generation solve their own difficulties. As the day progresses, secrets will be revealed, alliances strained, and loyalties questioned. Jason's decision could change his future, Emma's charge could break a friendship, and Carly's warning could be the difference between safety and disaster. In a place where trust is in short supply, Tuesday, May 13th, promises to be a day no one in Port Charles will forget. The stakes are higher than ever, and every decision counts. Will Jason accept the deal? Is Jocelyn guilty of what Emma claims? And what precisely is Carly worried about? The answers to these questions will shape Port Charles's future, and not everyone will come out unscathed. The ongoing drama on General Hospital continues to attract viewers with its rich plotlines, complex character dynamics, and high-stakes emotional dilemmas. Among the most interesting threads now emerging are Jason Morgan and Sonny Corinthos' brewing clash, Dalton's life-altering decision, and Curtis Ashford's mounting suspicions. Each of these plotlines bears considerable weight, promising explosive encounters, heartbreaking decisions, and perhaps life-changing revelations. Jason Morgan and Sonny Corinthos have had one of the most enduring and difficult friendships in Port Charles. Their friendship, formed over years of loyalty, business collaborations, and mutual respect, has withstood numerous storms. However, recent events have tested their relationship to the breaking point. Jason, recognized for his unshakable moral code, at least within the bounds of his own ideas, has always supported Sonny, even when their tactics or conclusions differed. However, with Sonny's increasingly erratic conduct and unpredictable judgments, Jason finds himself at a crossroads. The tension between them has been simmering for months, with Jason becoming increasingly concerned about Sonny's mental state and the potential consequences for their organization. Sonny, on the other hand, has always relied on Jason's unwavering presence, trusting him implicitly even when others questioned his judgment. However, as Sonny fights with his inner demons, whether caused by unresolved trauma, external demands, or the ongoing threats to his empire, he has become increasingly erratic, alienating those closest to him. The breaking point could occur when Jason is forced to choose between his allegiance to Sonny and what he believes is best for the people they both care about. If Jason decides to openly dispute Sonny's authority or question his judgments, it may result in an explosive clash from which neither man will emerge undamaged. The consequences of such a clash would reverberate throughout Port Charles, affecting not just their illicit operations, but also their families and associates. Meanwhile, Dalton's significant decision is looming as a turning point in his plot. Dalton, a man who has frequently operated in the shadows, now faces a decision that could alter his future. It is unclear if this decision includes his commitment to a specific faction, a moral quandary, or a personal sacrifice, but its significance is evident. Dalton has always made strategic moves, expertly navigating the hazardous seas of Port Charles's underground. However, the stakes have never been higher, and his decision might have far-reaching ramifications for his relationships, safety, and community reputation. For Dalton, the decision may be between self-preservation and protecting someone he cares about. Perhaps he is divided between siding with a powerful character like Sonny or Jason, or he is thinking about abandoning the criminal underworld entirely. Whatever the case, his decision will have far-reaching consequences. If he chooses to support one faction over another, he risks making terrible enemies. If he tries to walk away, he may discover that the life he's lived does not allow for clean breaks. The tension surrounding Dalton's decision is obvious, leaving viewers to wonder if he will emerge as a hero, a sad person, or somewhere in between. Curtis Ashford's developing suspicions heighten the intrigue. Curtis, a man recognized for his keen instincts and investigative abilities, has always had a penchant for discovering the truth, even when others would rather keep it buried. Recently, he's started putting together signs that imply something, or someone, isn't what it appears. Whether his suspicions are based on a personal betrayal, a criminal conspiracy, or a long-buried secret, Curtis is not the sort to give up. His desire to discover the truth about what he's feeling could lead him astray. Curtis' suspicions may concern someone close to him, such as his wife, Portia, or a trusted ally. If he discovers deception in his inner group, the emotional consequences might be disastrous. Curtis is a man who values honesty and loyalty above all else, and any betrayal would hurt deeply. On the other side, if his suspicions lead him to unearth a larger threat, such as a clandestine enemy orchestrating events in Port Charles, he may find himself in deep trouble. Curtis is resourceful, but as he delves further, he risks becoming a target himself. The combination of these three storylines, Jason versus Sonny, Dalton's decision, and Curtis' suspicions, forms a web of suspense that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. Each subplot has its own emotional weight, but when combined, they make a bigger story about trust, loyalty, and the consequences of making decisions under pressure. Jason and Sonny's disagreement is more than just a power fight. It's a war for the essence of their relationship. If they can't find common ground, the result might devastate not only their relationship, but also the fragile alliances that keep Port Charles's underworld under control. Dalton's decision, whatever it is, serves as a reminder that in this world, every option comes with a cost. Curtis' suspicions also illustrate the recurring theme that secrets in Port Charles never stay buried for long. As the storylines go, fans can expect startling twists, intense confrontations, and game-changing revelations. It remains to be seen whether Jason and Sunny can reconcile. Dalton's decision leads to redemption or devastation, and Curtis' quest of the truth results in justice or tragedy. One thing is certain. The drama at General Hospital never ends, and the next chapter promises to be spectacular. The conflict between Jason and Sunny is especially gripping since it is not just about business. It is personal. These two men have gone through everything together, including mob battles and family tragedies. They've saved each other's lives more than they can remember.